All right, welcome to the wrap up here with Black White Eldrazi Stompy. I cracked the chest in a previous recording of this. Unfortunately, it got some corruption in it, but it was just 10 play points and a garbage 0 cent card. But anyways, how did we do? We went 3-2 with Black White Eldrazi Stompy. We won our first match against four color Delver, 2-0 I believe. Let's double check. Yep, it was 2-0. Where that game two though, I don't think we would have won a vast majority of the time. We definitely got bailed out by that top deck playing engineer. The one of them we left in the deck. Our second match, we had a pretty unfortunate loss to Elves, which is usually a good matchup for us with so many plague engineers and there's like kind of removal and things to interact with their deck. But we mulliganed to 4 in game 3 because we just couldn't find a plague engineer. And game 1, our opponent kind of got bailed out by a nice guy's cradle as a top deck, but I don't know if we were winning that game anyways. Then we lost to Snoko, a Bant Snoko, or maybe it was just Snow Miracles. Looks like because they're running Treat the Angels, and we lost to Moat. We lost that match in 2, so we still would have won game 3, but like we lost game 2 because they casted a Moat, which was definitely zesty, and we whiffed on a Mire and Misery for a few turns. And then we beat what it was a when we beat Sneak and Show. That's right, we beat Sneak and Show, and we beat Blood Moon game 3, which was a turn 1 Blood Moon on the draw, which was insane. That's usually not something we're able to beat, but like we actually had a few turns where we had the option to O-ring his Blood Moon and just like didn't. Like we just don't need to. We just get the pressure down, put it on him, and then when he drew a Caracas, it was kind of like, all right, now it's time to O-ring the Blood Moon, Fawn on Sear him, and leave up Caracas, and there was just too much for our opponent to handle. And then we ended up playing against Sneak and Show again, and I believe that was a 2-0 victory. It was where we clinched game 1 off of Caracas, or off of Eldrazi Displacer being able to flicker anything they played, and then game 2, our opponent kind of got a little greedy with their Grizzlebrand. We had Throne of Amethyst, which was preventing them from really doing a lot. Had a pretty unfortunate draw 14 with Grizzlebrand, able to hit us to 7, and then we untapped, play Smasher, attacked for 9, and won the game. So what do we learn? Deck's really good. Like, it's pretty average. Legacy, I should say, is a very, very high variance format. Like, there's going to be times when you play this deck and you're not going to lose a game. It's going to feel like just the most insane deck, and there are going to be times where you're not going to be even close to winning a game, and it's just like there's nothing you can do. Legacy, there's so many different decks, so many things that you have to play around. Even within those matchups, like if I play against Snoko, there's like 7 different variants of Snoko, or even Temur Delver. We played against a 4-color Delver that's kind of like Temur Delver, but they're splashing black. There's different Storm decks. There's like so many different things that we have to play around in the Legacy League that 3-2 is pretty good. Like that's the average, but like like we lost a really close match to Elves, and we got lost to a jank card, which happens in Legacy. There's so many cards available in the format, you can't really play around everything. So yeah, I mean the deck's really solid. Cards are good. Eliminate in the main is a card like I don't know. I used to play colorless Eldrazi, and obviously it wasn't running these cards or this card. And I switched to this version so I could play these, and the list I basically went off of was running 2 main deck eliminates, and they just like really haven't been super impressive for me. I almost think I want to put them in the sideboard for the future and just put like 2 more plague engineers in the main, just so I have like more creatures. And eliminate's like okay, it's good removal to have, but I don't know. It hasn't seemed like really amazing. Yeah, sometimes it'll kill Oko or an Uro, but it's not ideal. So I think that going forward, I just want to have the 2 extra plague engineers in the main deck and shove the mimics on sideboard. Because worst case scenario, it's a 2/2 with Death Touch that could block an Uro and name Snake. The rest of the deck's very solid. Obviously, O-Ring won us. I think it was the second first time we played against Sneak and Show, where we top decked O-Ring, and then our opponent went for went for Show and Tell. We were able to Show and Tell in O-Ring and hit their Emrakul to win us the game. So O-Ring obviously very good. Thorn of Amethyst is insane in the matchups. We need it. Just the tax, the 2-mana cantrips just makes the deck really good. Source of Spyglass was good. Leyline, obviously we didn't bring in this league, but good. Myron Misery honestly is very impressive. Just an Edict effect, very solid. But yeah, that was the deck. I hope you liked it. If you have any recommendations for decks to play in the future or on the video, please leave it down in the comments down below. Make sure you like, follow, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm ManageJ37, and I'll see you next time.